spot I like to call the slough spot. Small piece of public land. It's tucked away, kind of out of the way. And right next to a slough, comes off of a lake. And I've hunted here last 3 or 4 years. And it's been really good to me. Seen a lot of deer. And I mean, it's not crawling with giant bucks, but it's a great place just to hunt, see deer. And you got the possibility always, with a lot of private land around, of seeing a good buck. I've seen some in the area, in the general area, some nice bucks. So we'll see what happens this morning. All right, in typical fashion, I got 2 different pictures, 2 sets of pictures, videos from my trail cameras. One with a couple does, one with an 8-point. In other places besides where I'm hunting this morning, so that's how it goes. Show you all a new piece of equipment that I purchased this year. When it comes to deer hunting, there's equipment to help you hunt better, and there's equipment to make you safe. And it's amazing to me, and I've always been this way, why we'll spend and haul in the woods anything to enable us to hunt better. But when it comes to being safe, we'll skimp, we'll never have a plan. So this year I turned 60 years old, and I'm pretty good. I'm in good health as far as I know. Pretty good shape. I go to the gym 3 days a week. I run. Try to keep myself pretty good physical condition. Not as good as I'd like to be, but I noticed just the last couple years that I don't have the agility, the balance that I once had. So I had an incident a year ago where the bottom platform fell off my stand. I had them tied to the top, but the clip broke and it went all the way to the bottom of the tree, and I was stuck in the tree. I was younger, I probably could have shimmied down the tree, but I wasn't going to attempt it. So I hunt by myself. My hunting partner he's 87 years old, and I don't have anybody else to hunt with, so I'm by myself. Normally, half mile to a mile or so back in the woods. So this year I purchased this item. It's called the Tree Stand Wingman, and it's basically a set of rollers. You attach it to your strap, goes around the tree. It's got 30 foot of webbing, and it lets you rappel down out of the tree. So if you fall out of your stand, or your stand breaks, or whatever, you're not stranded hanging in a harness. It will automatically rappel you at a slow rate of speed down to the ground. I tested it from about 10 feet up. Worked like a charm. So from now on, if I have an accident, I can get to the ground without any help. Yes, it adds a little weight to my pack. Takes an extra minute or 2 at the most to attach. But just knowing if something happens, I can make it back to the ground without breaking a leg or my back or any bones, and not have to call somebody, come out here and try to get them to figure out where I'm at, wait an hour or two, is a lot of peace of mind. So it's a great investment. Costs a little bit. There are others on the market. I'm not getting paid to endorse this. I paid for this out of my own pocket. I'm just trying to bring you tips and things that I learn and see as a benefit to you. But there are other items on the market you can purchase similar to this, but they're a once and done thing. You use them once and throw them away, buy another one. I like this one because you can use it over and over again. And the main thing I like about that is I could test it, make sure it was going to work. So I was able to test it, worked great. I'm in business. So anyway, something to think about. It's the tree stand wingman. You can get it on Amazon. That's where I bought mine. I paid a little extra getting it on Amazon, or you can get it from the website. But I got it quicker and felt a little more secure getting it on Amazon. So that's where I bought mine. But check it out. Be safe. Always wear your safety harness. First deer of the season. Big old fat lone doe. It's exactly the way I like to shoot them. I just got a personal rule. I won't shoot one if it's with babies, little ones. Getting soft-hearted in my old age. But anyway, she came in. I think she had heard me. I'd hit the bleat call, can call a few minutes ago. And she made a beeline, came straight in under my tree. And she saw me and started stomping and looking at me. I was afraid she's going to blow and ruin the hunt anyway, so I just went ahead and shot her. So I'll have to climb down here a little while and get started dealing with her. But I'm gonna hunt. I'm gonna hunt for a little while. See if maybe a buck don't come in. She crashed, went down just maybe 50 yards from me, so she should be out there. All right, first deer of the year. It's the first doe I've killed, and couldn't even tell you, 7 or 8 years, maybe more than that. I just don't, my wife doesn't care for deer meat that much, but I fixed her some stew last year and she really, really liked it. So I'll cut most of this up in stew meat, and this winter we'll have some venison stew. So. And there's my arrow. Right there. All right, we're on the ground now. Let's go get our arrow and see if we can't find this deer. She's laying right out here. I heard her crash, but let's go get her. And about 14 yards where my arrow is. Arrow is just covered with blood. We always call them a bolt crossbow. Broadhead's in good shape, arrow coated with blood. That's what we like. Looked like a perfect shot. That arrow is just covered with blood. I'm partially colorblind. Reason I was discharged from the Navy. So it is very, very difficult for me to see blood. It can be piles of blood and I can't see it. So I always like to practice looking for blood, even if I know where the deer's at. It's just good for me to be able to acclimate my eyes. So far I ain't seen any on the ground, but that don't mean there's not any. I'm telling you, I cannot see it. Usually what I do when I'm tracking a deer is look for like wet, where the blood's wet, but being as it's rained or misted all morning and fog, everything's wet, so that's out. Well, she's out in this thicket here somewhere, so I haven't spotted any blood. Just gonna go right here and find her. She didn't go too far out here. Well, 30, maybe 30 yards, something like that. I heard her fall. I thought she was to the right of this old snag right here when she fell. There she is. She's right there. Yep. There she didn't go 40 yards tops. Oh yeah, she's a good size. Pretty good size doe, it looks like. Yeah, good doe. I'm gonna drag her out here and get you some more video. It exited a lot farther back than I thought. She may have been cutting toward me, so I'll get back to you here in a minute. Yeah, she was quartering to me a lot harder than I really realized, because there's the entrance. A little high, but she was really close. Probably ducked, so, because she was on alert. But anyway, get her out of here and we'll get her dressed and cut up. And all right, getting ready to process this doe out here, debone it, I should say. I have a Havalon knife that with disposable blades, and then this right here. Anybody who debones meat in the woods, I highly recommend these, or quarters them up for that matter. These Allen brand backcountry meat bags, 4 of them. They're 20 inches by 30, as you can see. They are fantastic. You put your meat in them, take them to the house, rinse them out in a bucket of water. All the blood and everything comes out of them. Usually I'll wash them, a little bleach water just to clean them good, and good as new. And they are fantastic. Piece of material on the ground of some kind, in case your meat falls, don't get on the ground, get all dirty. We're ready to go. So, all right, deer deboned, meat in the backpack. On my way back to the truck, I'll go home and cut this into smaller pieces so it can cool better. I got a big imitation Yeti cooler, Walmart brand. Actually won it on a contest on the radio. My wife and I, before we were married, were driving down the road. Had some contest on the radio. She said, call. And I called. And I didn't even understand the contest. But you had to pick a number. Some of the numbers had already been used, like a bingo board kind of deal. I just picked a random number and won that cooler. So it's come in handy. It's great big, so it's too big to use for much, but I use it when I kill a deer. I put it on ice. I put the meat in Ziploc bags. I layer ice between them and let it chill for 3 or 4 days. And it'll hold ice that long usually, especially if it's cold outside. And then cut it up the rest of the way, vacuum pack it, put it in the freezer. So we're gonna get back to the house and get to work. Talk to y'all later. Thank you for watching. Happy hunting.